The children I worry about most are not the ones who are failing, they are the ones passing, but quietly stuck somewhere between 50 and 80 marks every single exam. I've been teaching mathematics for 29 years. I've worked with more than 3,000 students. And what experience teaches you is not just who is struggling, it's why and where it started. After 29 years of teaching, most things don't surprise me anymore, but this one still does. The children who are hardest to help are not the ones scoring the lowest. They are the ones in the middle, passing, working hard, but stuck at the same mark, exam after exam. These children have learned enough to get by, but not enough to break through. And the frustrating part, most of them are actually trying. They're not lazy, they're not careless. The problem isn't effort, it's that the way they have been taught hasn't built the foundation they need to move forward. And what surprises me most is that most of them believe the problem is themselves. It's not. The truth is, the method hasn't allowed them to fulfill their potential yet. When a parent passes me their child's exam paper, I don't look at the result first. I look at where the working stops, what they cancelled away, which questions were left blank. That tells me more than the total mark ever could, because the mark shows me the outcome, the paper shows me the child. I can see if a child guesses under pressure, if they rush when they are unsure, if they understood the question but lost confidence halfway through. Most parents see the marks and think, my child needs more practice. But practice without understanding just reinforces the same mistakes. What needs to change is not the amount of work, it's the foundation underneath it. These patterns don't disappear on their own, but they do respond to the right teaching, once someone knows what to look for. Most tuition does one thing well. It keeps children busy. More questions, more practice, more marking. But busy is not the same as understanding. When a child doesn't understand the method, more practice just means more practice of the wrong thing. The next few videos go into exactly where that gap is and what closing it actually looks like. Keep watching. You ask your child how revision is going, they say, I'm fine, but something in you isn't quite convinced. Parents always ask me, what should I watch for in the week before an exam? My answer surprises them every time. Don't watch the revision, watch the behaviour. The child who suddenly goes very quiet, who finds reasons to do anything except open their notes, who says, I'm fine, but nothing is getting done. That's not laziness, that's a child who doesn't know where to start and is too overwhelmed to say so. I've seen this in children scoring 60, 70, even 75. The mark doesn't warn you it's coming, the behaviour does. 2 days before the exam, your child is finally sitting down to revise. You feel relieved, at least they are doing something, right? I've seen this more times than I can count. Parents call it last minute revision. I call it panic. And the two produce very different results. When a child crams under pressure, the brain absorbs just enough to feel prepared. But that kind of memory is fragile. It doesn't hold under exam conditions. So they walk in feeling ready and they walk out wondering what happened. The paper looked different from what they revised. The methods didn't come when they needed them. Solid understanding doesn't come from one night. It comes from weeks of building the right foundation, layer by layer, topic by topic. Your child brings home a 75. You feel relieved, maybe even proud. So why does something still feel not quite right? Of all the things I watch for in a student, overconfidence is the quietest and the most costly. When I look at the papers of children scoring 72, 75, I often see gaps, big ones, hidden by familiar question types and steps memorized without understanding. These children aren't building understanding, they are building habits. And habits built on memorization crack the moment questions look different. A 75 today can quietly become a 58 at the next test. Not because the child got worse, but because the foundation was never solid to begin with. Failure is visible, overconfidence is not. And by the time it shows, the gap is already wide. That's the end of this batch. If something here made you stop and think, that reaction is worth paying attention to. More videos on this channel. Different angles, same honest approach. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're ready to move past thinking about it, my WhatsApp link is in the description. Tell me where your child is right now. That's all I need to point you in the right direction.